event that was years in the making, with months of preparation and weeks of anticipation, coming down to one day. One day to make or break our entire careers. One day to make sure the bash was as good as it could be. One day to change the world. The committee couldn't sleep that night, but the following morning, the long-anticipated day had finally arrived. But to any other ordinary person, it was just a normal day. The sun rose from the one side, water was in the ocean, okay? The earth orbits the sun. For those who were invited, and the committee of Tdog Summer Bash, it was much more than just an ordinary day. It was the day to define all days for the rest of their life.
The final day before the party, it was like we were in the eye of the storm. Like, there was just so much that was like happening before, and it was just insane. And it was craziness and craziness and craziness. The day before, it was all ready, it was all planned, we were prepared, and we just had to wait. It was a painful 24 hours of my life, but eventually we got past it. I was so stressed, like constantly tapping my feet. I was running laps, because I couldn't have the time to think. I was puking. Whew, it was crazy. But then we made it, and I'm honestly so surprised that we did, because it was, wow, it was crazy.
So for me, the feeling was kind of stressed, honestly, because you put all this work into this stuff, months and months of planning, of money,
Millions, right? Correct?
Millions of dollars into this thing. But the big thing, for me at least, was the stress of seeing if everyone would enjoy it, because you could plan the biggest thing in the world and no one can enjoy it.
Hours became minutes, and minutes became seconds, and seconds became milliseconds, and milliseconds became even smaller form of seconds. Now, over and over, they discussed the party. They checked if the music was still playing. They checked to see if the residual heat was coming off the lasagna. All in a pointless effort to pass time. Then it happened. The first batch of attendees came to the party. Some of them being boys, but more importantly, some of them being girls.
There were girls there.
Yeah.
First time I personally ever saw any. A lot of the other guys, what was that experience like for you? Because I know that you had never seen a girl in your life, probably.
Yeah, the same experience you probably had. I was just like, well, this is interesting.
You didn't really know what it was.
Yeah, I was having a hard time. I just stayed with Jeevan, and I was like, Jeevan, let's just keep our distance. Let's sit over here. Yeah.
Honestly, it was like I was in heaven. It was my imagination, I didn't think it was real. Seeing a female, like, who would have thought, right? At a party, out of anywhere. I was astounded, honestly.
Oh, it was magnificent. Oh, and the girls, I've never seen a girl before that. Oh, they're great. At first I was hiding behind the bushes, like staring at them to see like what they're about, because
You don't know.
I didn't know. But an hour and a half, 2 hours in, I built up the courage to like go near them, kinda. And then an hour after that, I spoke my first word.
Other than Ryan, who did you really see at this party?
Girls. All of the girls.
After the first group of kids came in, they were immediately immersed into the life of the party. The music was playing, refreshments were served, and the entertainment was only at its beginning. Over the next 10 minutes, everyone realized that Tdog was no longer an idea. It was no longer considered a dream. Tdogs had now become a reality. As the party started to ramp up, so many things started to happen. Just take it from some actual party goers.
So my personal favorite part was the trampoline that was there. Yeah, I spent hours on the trampoline, and I think that definitely contributed to it. And then obviously the snacks were a big hit, and just the people. Trevor himself, the friendliest guy I know.
What's your favorite story that you've heard from the party?
I mean, I don't know where to begin. Everything from the way people were invited, the dancing, the playlist. I can't sum it up all to one event. I think that would be unfair to everything that happened that day.
My favorite moment at the party was probably when I walked in and me and my lover Matt Thompson locked eyes. That I just knew it was gonna go uphill from there. Best night of my life.
Ryan Myers, the legend, the man, the myth, the legend. When I walked in, he was doing his little dance, you know. I think it was Jesse's girl, you know. And I just looked at him and I was like, "This is it, man. This is the party of the century."
I think my favorite moment, although I was nervous, was first getting there and seeing all the people there, because before I would walk in a place and just be my family. I had no friends, so seeing all the new faces, and they all welcomed me, because Tdog's Summer Bash was a different place. So that was my favorite moment, because today I wouldn't be sitting here without that moment.
I mean, it's hard to remember anything except the party as a whole. I mean, if I were to choose anything, it would probably be the dancing stone.
Can you explain the dancing stones for me?
Well, basically, there was it was a stone. It was like a brick oven sort of thing, ordeal going on. And you would have 3 people standing on the stone, normally. But a kid named Ryan Myers, he stood on those 3 stones alone. Yes, I know. Incredible.
Holy crap.
The whole party gathered around, and they all just started praising him.
I show up, we're sitting there eating. It was about 12 of us, I think, sitting around. You know, people were spaced out. Big party, you know, can't have everybody in one. But, I mean, we were just talking, and then, like I said, Matt Thompson took Ryan's shirt, jumped in the pool. Everybody started jumping in the pool. People started to fight in the pool. It was getting a little bit intense for my liking, a bit barbaric, I guess you could say.
Okay, well, it took a detour at first because I was so excited I peed my pants. So I was in the bathroom the first 30 minutes. My mom came, cleaned me up. But after that, I was ready to go. We started dancing. It started off light. Music was playing, best playlist in the country and the world for that matter. Started dancing, and then all of a sudden, I mean, everyone's mood just shifted. It was crazy. I mean, Ryan's jumping in the pool, dancing. Fife is getting into it. He's dancing. We're all eating food, having fun. It just skyrocketed.
Do they not know we're filming a movie?
I mean, this is stuff that they're jealous that they weren't invited. This is stuff that pisses me off. Because if you weren't invited, just accept it.
Yeah, like
Just
this
accept
guy.
it.
You want to say something?
Yeah, I'll go say something. Actually.
I know you might be upset, but we're filming an interview.
Well, like I said, I started bawling my eyes out. I didn't know what to expect because I haven't been out of my house that much before, other than, you know, like my mom used to hand out money for kids to hang out with me a few days. But other than that, I haven't really been out of the house. So, if you know, put it into my shoes, you guys would all be really happy, but also nervous. I was nervous.
Yeah.
I didn't know it would be this great party that would change my life. So, but looking back at it, definitely a great day.
I was invited. Best night of my life. Unfortunately, my aunt passed away.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and I really regret going to her funeral instead of Tdog Summer Bash. Funeral was a big bummer. I don't think I can say the same about the bash.
Yeah, the bash was lit. You missed out on a lot.
I know. I'm sorry to hear it.
When Chris Yerga found the baby bunny that was stepped on by somebody playing manhunt.
You're joking.
Yeah, it was a tough scene, and he put it in his shirt, and he carried it home.
That was your.
It was wholesome.
That was your favorite moment.
It was wholesome. Let's just say it was towards the end of the night, and it was intense. It was intense to say the least.
Now, these stories are just scratching the surface of what actually happened at Tdog Summer Bash, but they all have one thing in common. Their perspective is from Earth. Why don't we take a different route in that way? Let's get a perspective from space.
You just want to introduce your name, your occupation.
Oh, I'm Sergeant Charles White from the Space Force, and I've been to space numerous times in space, so on and so forth.
Okay, awesome. Like I said, this is kind of surreal. I've always wanted to be an astronaut, and then, since I had like a 1.3 in high school, I really couldn't pursue the program, but it's really nice to see you. So, you actually reached out to me, which was kind of insane, if I'm being honest with you. So, you just wanted to, like...
It's insane to me. This is about Tdog Summer Bash.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Tdog. So explain to me why you reached out.
I saw Tdog Summer Bash.
No.
Yeah. You know from where?
Where?
From the moon.
No.
From the
You
moon.
saw it on the moon?
I was on the moon, and I saw it.
You seen this shit?
Copy, Sergeant. It's just the bash.
God, I wish I was there.
What was it, like an enlarged telescope of sorts?
No. Oh, sorry, that's mission control. I see.
You want to check it?
No, this is more important.
Then Houston.
This is Tdog Summer Bash.
Yes.
This
so
is a flag from the moon. Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin.
That's it?
But yeah, I wanted to give it to Trevor. Have you guys found him yet?
No, he's still rogue. I haven't talked to him in years. Are you still looking for him? Is that why you actually reached out? Or?
Yeah, I wanted to. I've been transfixed ever since I saw the party from space.
Yeah. Huh. Anthony, we haven't seen Trevor in years.
It's been a while.
It's been a long while.
Could I give this to your?
Yeah, give it to my PA. Awesome. So
make sure that gets.
Don't wreck that.
Oh, I won't.
Make sure that gets.
Is that? Are we gonna be tracked for that or anything like that?
No, I don't. No, it was just like they just put it there. I don't think they thought. I faked one back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
I got it.
But that's the real one for Tdog. Since you was that like, I gotta ask, being from space and all.
I'm good.
Wow, that was surreal. Being from space and all, was it kind of harder, like kind of strengthening to you seeing Tdogs and seeing so many kids come together and having a great time from space?
Well, to be honest with you, I couldn't really see the details. I just saw the essence of it. It reminds me of this man that I once read about.
Speak louder, please.
It reminds me of this man that I once read about. Harry A. Davis. Harry A. Davis, he wrote his own operating system all by himself. And it was pretty poorly written, but he did it all by himself. And it's sort of a symbol of self-creationism and individualism and isolationism. And some people thought, like, this is impressive. This is one guy doing it all by himself. And others thought, well, it's garbage. It's worthless. It means nothing. But Terry was a very hateful man. Very hateful man indeed. So the question is now begged, is it wrong to be affectionate towards a hateful person? Now Terry himself, he was clearly a sick person. He began deteriorating his mental health. It was sad to watch. So is it wrong to be affectionate towards a hateful person? If that person is sick, is it your obligation to be affectionate towards a hateful person if that person is sick, or towards a sick person in general? Now I would like to say no. Your feelings are yours, your own. You don't owe that to anybody. Now say you're a parent. Is it wrong not to be affectionate towards your child? I would say yes. Should you be affectionate to your child? Should you have to be? Should you be obligated to do so? I would like to say yes, but then there's that dilemma of what Terry represents, the individual, the rights of his own.
I think that's a good stopping point. Thank you for what you just said. Was so immaculate.
Being here.
Is there anything else you want to say before we head off? Thank you again for being here, an astronaut on this documentary. I never thought it would have been possible.
No, did you see the ocean from space?
The ocean like this? From space? You're joking, right?
No.
You know, is that, like, physically lodged on your head?
I'm not comfortable with this anymore.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Is there any, that's essentially all I needed from you. Thank you.
Thank you.
While the guests were having a great time, they still needed a leader. Someone to guide them through the night smoothly. Someone to really take charge. And that someone had thought to have been Tdog.
There's something that we have to tell you. If you are a member who attended Tdog Summer Bash, if you are a bystander who watched Tdog Summer Bash happen, and if you are anybody in the entire world, you don't know one thing about the Bash. And that is that Tdog, the infamous Tdog, had disappeared midway through the Bash. Now this may be coming as a shock to you. This is not a joke, this is a literal fact. And that's something that you have to grasp. I know it's kind of hard to do at this moment. Now, to help with this, me and my partner Anthony decided to take the afternoon and a camera crew to go to the site of Tdog Summer Bash to try and find an answer to this mystery.
Dead trail after dead trail. Anthony and I weren't finding anything. It was very discouraging, but I wasn't leaving without answers. Then we started finding some clues. Some clues to help us get down to the bottom of this mystery.
Anthony, take this, have it run by the CIA.
I was all over the place, but I wasn't leaving with nothing. Unfortunately, every solid clue we had led to a dead end. Then, a stroke of fortune came upon us.
Oh my god. I needed one of these. And this go.
Tdog! Tdog!
Tdog!
It's a non-starter. We tried our best, but we couldn't find anything on Tdog's disappearance. So all police agencies must stop their search because we've done it, and there's nothing to be found. Back to the Docuseries.
What? No, we already ended a while back. Well, while I have you here, I have this really funny story. So it starts off like this. Once...
From Milan.
How is Maria? Is she well?